Put your hands together for Brother John.
All right, how you all doing? All right, I'm just going to say a few words. I've been given just a few minutes, and I won't be long, but I must be strong. And I want to dedicate my real short comments to our late brother Frederick Jermaine Carter, who was recently hung in the state of Mississippi. I had the opportunity to go down there. To be honest with you, I was skeptical. I thought that he committed suicide, as many people across the country thought, until I got there and actually saw him in the casket and put my hand on the casket. And the spirit of discernment spoke to me, like it speak to some of you all, and let me know that as many people thought his family that our brother was hung. So without a doubt, not only is slavery continuing in the state of Mississippi, but our people are still being lynched. I want to give honor to Jesus Christ, that black revolutionary Messiah. I said that without any hesitation or reservation. I said it without being apologetic.
That's right. That's right.
He was the one who came to save the world.
Yes, sir.
And he was, without a doubt, a black man.
That's right.
He was, like many of us, on the run from a social order, from a social system that wanted to kill him.
That's right.
And it said that his mother, Mary, and Joseph took him and went into Egypt, the land of the black people, where he was able to camouflage himself, right?
That's right.
Today we have the same thing going on. We living in an unjust society. We're living in an unjust society where there are those who are out to kill the black man. Is that right?
That's right.
And the scripture said that Pharaoh gave an invitation to his people, come now, the children of Israel are becoming more and mightier than we. Come now, let us deal wisely with them. Yeah. Lest they multiply cling unto an enemy. If a war break out, they will come against us. So let's get them out of the land. So today there's a crack in the black community. We don't own no poppy fields. Where the crack coming from? There's alcohol, not out there by the hospital, but there's alcohol in liquor stores in the black community. We don't own no liquor manufacturing plants. Right. There's guns and pawn shops in the black community. I want you to understand that somebody is trying to kill you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So while Black history has traditionally been a month where black people come together all over the country, in particular around Sunday, to celebrate our legacy, I want you to understand that if you leave Black history programs and do not understand that the transatlantic slave trade, or what Queen Elizabeth and King James initiated as a 150-year plan, was in fact the fulfillment of prophecy. You mean to tell me that God could talk about and write about all these folks in the Holy Writs who always went through this trial and tribulation? You look at the black man, woman, and child here in the wilderness, the spiritual wilderness called North America. Nobody has endured what we have endured.
My Lord.
Not only were we robbed and raped from the shores of America, but our name, our culture, everything was stripped from us. Yes. And now we have another people on the planet who have in fact stolen our identity. So these people who are in Palestine saying that they're holy land, they're the chosen people of God, I want them to come in content with me. Because we're able to prove today that you are the only people who are written of who have endured 400 years of bondage. Come on, talk back to me. Now some of y'all said, well, the slaves, we were freed in 1865. Let's talk about that. We were not free, but we were, quote unquote, emancipated. Emancipate means to free from one's hand, but not from one's control. So after we left physical chattel slavery, we went into a system of slavery called sharecropping. Is that right? Yeah. Somebody talk to me. Right. And if you want to think that I'm pulling something from the past, I'm talking about what's going on right now. We are sharecroppers. Is that right? Right? So we tell our children, go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job. Well, back in slavery, when we came out of slavery during the era of emancipation and during the Reconstruction period, we went to school, but we didn't go to school to get a good job. Come on, talk to me. We went to school so that we can learn how to read. And today, after integration, after after the so-called civil rights movement. We have children who popping up everywhere. Children in their 20s and in their 30s, they cannot read and write.
Right.
Talk back to me.
Yeah.
So have we went forward or have we went backwards? I want you to understand we got work to do.
That's right.
So that Jesus who came 2,000 years ago, he told those who were sitting on the shores fishing, he said, come, and I will make you fishers of men. We have enough people in this room to take the whole city.
Right.
But our problem is, we who are older, us adults, we have too much fear. Come on, talk back to me now. The children of Israel were told to go and take the promised land. A 40-day journey took them 40 years. From the assassination of Dr. King up until this time, we're looking at about 40 years. Some of us still have to die out. Right. It was the 10 tribes who went and saw the land who said, look, it's giants over there. We can't contend with them. Let's choose a leader among ourselves and let's go back to the house of Pharaoh. Come on, talk back to me now. And don't we have Negroes today? Just telling black folk, get you an education and get you a job. But when you're free, you create a job for yourself. Right. Come on, talk back to me. You don't go back to the house of Pharaoh begging him for the crumbs that fall from his table. But we can't do it individually. We have to have the wisdom and the courage and the power to come together collectively.
Now you're talking.
So we have to go into a whole different science. We have the mind-breeding minds in here. But we got to come together on one term, that we strive to uplift our people's condition. I want to say this before we bring our brother on. I'm a Muslim. I don't apologize. But let me tell you the problem that I run into a lot. I have people that don't want to work with me because they see a label Muslim, right? But you know, one thing about white people, you know why they control this city? I said they control this city. You don't hear me. You got black politicians, they come to you, the pastor put them before you, they get your vote. But when they need some money, who do they go to? They go to the people downtown who got the money, right? So they're the ones that calling the shots. So all the policies that's made, it's against you. And it's in the interest of people who are not from our community. Talk back to me.
That's right.
So don't tell me nothing about work. We still got some work to do, right?
Yes.
So we have to come together. After studying successful white people, I know one thing about them that we have to adopt. Dr. Ali Muhammad said that history is most attractive and best qualified to reward our research. These people could come in a room together and sit down, and they have 100 issues that's put on the table. And they disagree with 99 of the 100 issues. But they agree with the one. That's enough to cause them to come together. Right. We're just opposite. We come in a room together, and we can agree on 99 things. But we find one thing to disagree with, and we don't want to come together, right?
That's right.
So our whole philosophy, we're still in bondage mentally.
That's right.
Don't tell me nothing about the civil rights movement. I understand our brothers, our people sacrificing. I honor their sacrifice. But what have we done?
That's right.
Our children can't read, unemployment rate higher than it was back then. Right. The white man was killing us with sheets on. Now you don't have to put sheets on, we killing each other. Right. We went back.
That's right.
So now it takes somebody who has a revolutionary mind of Christ to upset some things, right? And some things got to be said that's going to step on black folks' toes. Right. So if I'm stepping on your toe, just say ouch. Right. We got to start looking at things different and doing things different if we want to educate and liberate our people. And education don't necessarily mean sitting somebody down learning about somebody else's history for 11 months. And then you try to bring them in here 1 or 2 days to learn about their history.
That's right.
That's what Dr. Carter G. Woodson, the man who started Black History Week, said was miseducation of the Negro. Right? So we got to do things different. And it's going to require some sacrifice. So I can't get up here, or nobody else, we can get up here and preach Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, or whoever you want to preach. But the reality is, when you look in the black community, it don't look like none of them men ever walked among us. And we have people in our community that say that they with Moses, they with Jesus, they with Muhammad. But look at our community. Our community is evidence against those who preach the gospel.
That's right. You're right.
So we got to do these things differently. And that means we got to sacrifice. We should never come here. I want to thank the brothers who came and they brought a young person with them. We have to start looking at leadership, because sometimes I'll be riding, going somewhere, and I'll see a youngster, I won't stop. We got to start stopping and picking them up. They have lost faith and confidence in us. That's why they got the pen saying, you get earrings in the ear, you know, they listen to you. That's what, because they have lost confidence in us. And if you look at us, there's no reason why they should be proud. It's really not. So we got to start doing things different. And we got to get on a different level. And hopefully at some point, all of us can come together and do like the brother said, a think tank. Because if y'all see what's going on in the world, they say that the Son of Man is in the world. He's not dead. He's not dead, he's in the world. And it said that everywhere he went, burning coal went at his feet. What does that mean? That means everywhere he touched was revolution and bloodshed. You see what's happening over there in Egypt. You see what just happened what's happening, taking place in Libya now. It assumed engulfed the whole Middle East. Not only would it drive oil and gas prices up, but it's going to drive food prices up. Goldman Sachs has already predicted that the food prices go up by 5%. I promise you it's going to be 10%. So we're going to suffer. The person you see sitting beside you may be laying dead in the streets. And we don't organize. And we have to learn how to do how other people do. We have to learn how to reward our friends and punish our enemies. They shouldn't get our vote or nothing from us if they're not going to tell us what they're going to do for our people. And if we're doing something without making sure that they have us on their agenda, we just selling them out like the handkerchief head dude that was in the field for the master, being the slave. So let's think different. Let's think different. Let's come together. Let's plan. And let's not criticize our politicians. Most of us criticize them, but we ain't went to them with nothing. Let's get in a think tank within the next 30 days. Let's come up with an agenda to take to them. And let's enforce our agenda, because they're taking our people money, they're taking our people vote, and we ain't giving them nothing. We just say we represent Jesus Christ, and we ain't saying nothing about it.
That's right.
That's hypocritical. So let's come together in the next 30 days, let's do a think tank, let's put together an agenda, and let's take it to our people who sit in office, and let's make sure that they work for us, rather than working for those who are outside our community. I thank you all for listening. I leave you in peace.